have wanted to read Piranesi for a very long time. And why haven't you read it, Dorna? You will ask me. Well, this is a very good question, which has an answer. This is a very polarizing book. Some people love it, some people hate it. Some people say that this is the best book in their life, some people say that this is trash. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna read you some reviews. So this person gave Piranesi 5 stars. They say that this is a second fantasy novel from the author of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. Finally, it's excellent and very different from Jonathan Strange. For one thing, it has less pages. Then, 1-star review. Okay, let me start by first apologizing to everyone who loves this book. Obviously, I'm an outlier and my thoughts here are decidedly in the minority. So if you feel differently, please don't throw rotten vegetables at me. Going into Piranesi, I have heard nothing but great things about it. Where did you hear this? I have literally heard bad things about it. Okay, now no one had ever seen a story like this before. How the twist is going to blow my mind. Unfortunately, none of those turned out to be true for me. Yep, next review. Well, I guess it is time to say that Susanna Clarke's slender little Piranesi is my favorite novel of possibly the last 5 years. And we have a lot of 5-star and then again a 1-star review. I rarely write bad reviews, but this was one of the most boring and repetitive books I've ever read. So, why people love Piranesi and why people hate Piranesi? I'm going to try to understand that. I'm going to try to tell you why this is happening, and maybe we will understand that together in this video. Because why am I making this video if not for you to understand? Do you want to read Piranesi or not? And if you've read Piranesi, please leave a comment. Do you like this book or not? Because I'm a little bit scared to go into it. People call me a philosopher or a scientist or an anthropologist. I am none of those things. I am an anamnesiologist. Have you ever heard of anamnesiologist? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Is this a real job or a made up one? Because it sounds made up. I'm afraid that I don't really understand what is happening here. I have read just the first page, but it was so strange. So, this is how the chapter is called. Entry for the first day of the 5th month in the year the albatross came to the southwestern halls. I feel like I'm reading the Bible or something like that, something that is a bit hard to comprehend, or my English isn't that good and it's hard for me to comprehend. Maybe it isn't that hard for English speakers. Okay, it gets better. Don't be scared by the first page, because I was. So, we have here Piranesi, who I thought is this faun from the cover, but he describes himself as a human, so I think it's a human. But I thought, like, from the very first moment I saw the cover of this book, that Piranesi will be a faun. Yeah, the cover is a bit misleading, but maybe not, when I will find out what this cover is about. And he's living in a house that is full of statues, and this house it's like enormous. It's a never-ending house. It has a lot of doors, a lot of windows, there are tiles, there are clouds in that house. This house seems like a world to me, like a big world. And Piranesi, it's not alone in that house. There is one other person that he calls the other. And I honestly thought that he will be alone, because every time I have heard a description of this book, people were saying that Piranesi lives alone in that house. And I found this strange, because there are others, like one other person. He makes here a list of all the people who have ever lived and what is known of them. Since the world began, it is certain that there have existed 15 people. So he makes this journal entrance, and we are going through his journal entries, and he says that there have existed 15 people, but when he starts to describe them, we find out that all the people are skeletons, like they all are dead, except he and the other. They are the only two people left in this house. And also he writes this very interesting part about the 60th person. I'm gonna read it to you. And you, who are you? Who is it that I'm writing for? Are you a traveler who has cheated tides and crossed broken floors and derelict stairs to reach this house? Or are you perhaps someone who inhabits my own house long after I am dead? So we are like the 16th person in this house, because somehow we have found his journals, and we are discovering what he is writing about. So it's crazy interesting to be honest. I just finished part 1 and I'm at the part 2, the other. He makes here a reference to the found from the Chronicles of Narnia. There are some statues that allow more than the rest. The woman carrying a beehive is one. Another, perhaps the statue that allows above all others, stands at the door between the 5th and 4th northwestern halls. It is the statue of a faun, a creature half man and half gold, with a head of exuberant curls. He smiles slightly and presses his forefinger to his lips. I have always felt that he meant to tell me something, or perhaps to warn me of something. Quiet, he seems to say. Be careful. But what danger there could possibly be, I have never known. I dreamt of him once. He was standing in a snowy forest and speaking to a female child. So the snowy forest and the human child, this is from the second book in the Chronicles of Narnia series, I think. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is called. And I like this reference. Maybe there are some references here too that I couldn't catch because I haven't read those books, but I like this reference, and I seem to understand what this faun is about here. So this is a statue that Piranesi likes more than other statues, but he is playing something here, so I don't really think that it's the same statue, because he describes the statue like a faun who wants to tell you something, like quietly, be careful. So a faun who doesn't play an instrument, basically. Maybe this is another faun, I don't know. Maybe it's the same one, just the representation on the cover. This is how this looks more beautiful than a faun that is just trying to whisper something to you. As well as my regular meetings with the other and the quiet consolatory presence of the dead, there are the birds. Birds are not difficult to understand. Their behavior tells me what they are thinking. Generally, it runs along the lines of, is this food? Is this? What about this? This might be food. I'm almost certain that this is. Or occasionally, it is raining. I do not like it. Birds are funny. Okay guys, I'm at the page 62 and I've just read a reference to Minotaur, the half-man, half-bull character from Greek mythology. Okay, according to tradition, every 9 years the people of Athens were compelled by King Minos to choose 14 young noble citizens, 7 men and 7 women, to be offered as sacrificial victims to the Minotaur in retribution for the death of Minos' son Androgeus. The Minotaur was this creature with the head and tail of a bull and the body of a man. And Piranesi here finds a lot of pieces of paper where there were words like Minotaur, kill him. If my thoughts are true, this is the labyrinth that Daedalus and his son Icarus have built for this king. Because I think we are heading in that direction. It seems like it a bit now. This is a house like a labyrinth that has no escape, and in the myth it also has no escape, but Theseus managed to navigate the labyrinth with the help of a thread offered to him by the king's daughter Ariadne. It's really intriguing. It's like nothing I have read before, which is weird. I think, because all books are unique, but you can find the different themes and different stuff in them. Maybe it's like something I read before. It's like the Animal Farm, which was an allegory to the totalitarianism, and this seems and feels like an allegory to something. And you need to figure out what this allegory is about, what the author tries to tell you, if you know what I mean. For now, my theory is that we are in a Daedalus labyrinth. I'm very interested to know if I am right. I'm at the part 3 called The Prophet. And this is page 83. I have several theories what is happening here. I don't know if you watched Maze Runner. There was this boy who woke up in a labyrinth and he couldn't remember anything from his life before. It turned out in that movie or book that there was a virus and they were gathering a lot of teenagers and putting them into the labyrinths to discover an antidote for that virus. And this book gives me the same vibe now already. It's like they put Piranesi in this labyrinth for some reason, for him to discover this knowledge. The other is looking for some sort of knowledge that we have already lost, and Piranesi must help him to discover this knowledge. And he doesn't remember much about his former life. We know that he remembers his name, because he says that he knows that he is not Piranesi, but who is he doesn't tell us. Maybe he's in a simulation of the Daedalus labyrinth, or maybe he is in a real labyrinth, but it seems more like a simulation, because there could not be a house with tides, with winds, with birds. So it seems like something from a game or from a movie or from a simulation. It might be a simulation in the future. And also I remember these words about this strange profession. People call me a philosopher or a scientist or an anthropologist. I am none of those things. I am a museologist. I study what has been forgotten. It's like the other is studying what has been forgotten. I get that feeling, and the Piranesi should somehow help him. It's really good. It's really interesting to read. It's like a puzzle. You need to put the puzzle pieces together and to see the whole picture, which I find very compelling and interesting, and I want to read more and more to see how this book will end, because I have so many theories in my head. I said just 2 or 3 of them, but there are a lot of theories running through my head. It's very interesting to follow the characters and put these pieces of puzzle together. I don't really get the negativity about this book. Maybe I will get it when I reach the end. Maybe it will be so like, what? Or something like that, something unsatisfactory for me. I don't know, but I enjoy it very, very much at the moment. Finished Piranesi, and as you can see, I'm home again. So what are my thoughts on this? To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed, because I thought it will be better. I don't love this book, but I don't hate this book. I'm somewhere in the middle. I had high hopes, I had great expectations. First half of the book, it was amazing, but the second half, meh. I had a lot of theories. Some of them I told you here on the camera, some of them I choose to keep to myself, because I didn't want to spoil anything to you guys. Maybe some of the theories that I told you are true, maybe not. You should read this book to know that. The world building, it's good, but it's not Brandon Sanderson, it's not Joe Abercrombie. It's not the best world that you can go into, but it's very solid and it's very good. Susanna Clarke is very, very smart. If you like Donna Tartt, I think you will like Susanna Clarke too, because they have a very smart writing style, and I love the writing style in this book. The plot lacks a little bit of amazingness. I thought it will be more mind-blowing, but it lacked that wow effect, if you know what I mean. I want to read Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell because I like this book, don't get me wrong, I like it, it's a solid like, but it's not a lot. Don't expect a lot in order to not get disappointed. You can like it, this may be your next favorite book, but it wasn't the case for me. Praise to the Susanna Clarke that she built such an amazing world in 250 pages. Other authors need to write like 1000 pages to build such an amazing world. There are a lot of Easter eggs. If you like Easter eggs in books, also definitely check this book out. I know that I missed a lot of Easter eggs. I've got just the one with the Chronicles of Narnia, but I know that there are a lot of other Easter eggs that I didn't get. The reviews that were saying that this book is boring, I don't get them because it's not boring at all. It's so fast-paced and it's impossible to put it down, like I said before. You can read it in one sitting because you'll be very interested to know what is going to happen next, and this doesn't happen often with the books that I'm reading. Sometimes I just want to put them down because they're not that interesting. Just don't expect a lot of things from it because it's so popular. It's a good book, but it's not the greatest book that is there. So thank you so much for watching, and leave me a comment if you want to read this book or not. See you next time. Bye.